Hello everyone, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com. It is Sunday, July 14th, 2013. I'm looking at the weekly chart here. This is the 10-year weekly chart here, but I've zoomed in on just 2011. So we can go on back here and you can see here that I've just basically zoomed in on it. But mainly I want to focus on what a pattern I see coming, and that is this 2011 pattern from January to August, when we had the August crash into August the 8th of 2011. It is a very, very obvious head and shoulders pattern, and I believe that is exactly what they're going to give us again. So if we look at this, let's see, here you can obviously see the left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder, and then it fell off a cliff for the crash move down. I think that's what we're getting ready to set up right now. And where we are at right now is basically in the formation of the head. We're about right here. We're getting ready to form it. If you go look over here, I see a left shoulder again, and down here for the 1560 area, then back up. I think we're going to put in a high approximately what I'm looking for is about 1705 to maybe 1710, and that will put our head in there, and then we'll go down, and I think we're going to back test this trend line right here, which probably by the time this thing goes down, it's going to be the last week of July, and by then that trend line would have probably come on down here and hit 1600. So maybe you hit it there, and then we're going to go back up for the right shoulder into the first week of August. My projected date is August the 8th. 8/8/2013. There's no guarantee it's going to work out to that date, but 2013 is a 6 plus 8 plus 8. 8 and 8 is obviously 16, so that equals 22 when you add up all the digits, and of course that is an 11 date. So that's a good date for it to happen the first week. Allie had August the 12th down, which of course is I want to say that's a Monday or a Tuesday. I believe that was the date he had down. So it could be on that date as well. You know, it's hard to say exactly which date, but we're looking for the first week, basically, of August for you to get short, to take a nasty move down, all the way down to the area I'm looking for here is 1420 to 1460. I know it's a wide target, but I just basically said 1440. It was the zone I'm looking for, and that is based upon this this big move up right here that you're seeing for the first week of January. I think that's the area we're going to test again. So somewhere in that area right there is where I think we're going to bottom. And I do believe it's going to look just similar to this. It's going to be a nasty crash wave down. I definitely think that. Now we also have someone seen a 147 SPY fake print. I do not have a screenshot. Fake print that was posted on some other chat room somewhere, and Rose posted in the comment section of the last post that someone had spotted that. Now 147 on the SPY is about 1465 to 1470. It's approximately 1/10 of the actual market, but the SPY runs a little bit higher. So if If you did that with 1/10, you'd obviously have 146.50 if it was exactly 110 to 147.0, but it's not exactly 110. 1/10. It runs a little bit higher, so you might see the S&P at 1465 and the SPY actually at 147. So we all know that they tend to pierce these fake prints, go through them a few points before they reverse. I expect the same thing here. When it finally bottoms, I am expecting it to pierce that and probably go on down to this 1440, 1460 range to get in there with revisiting the opening price of the year. Then after that, I'm expecting to rally the rest of the year and a new high coming into 2014. I am expecting a new high, probably 1800 or better. It's hard to say for sure, but I think it's going to be a new all-time high for sure. Looking at this on a shorter term, we can see the 60-minute chart. On the 60-minute chart, what I see that stands out like a sore thumb, and I think a lot of people will also spot it, is a left shoulder, a head, and then if we go up here to where I think we're going to go, then we come back down here and test this line, which again, I think this line, if you drew it on out, it's going to be down to getting close to 1600 by the time it drops in for 2 weeks from now, when it finally bottoms. And then that would make your right shoulder. And that would really make the bulls get excited, thinking that they're going to go much higher. Because an inverted head and shoulders, when you look at these patterns like this for the inverted head and shoulders, when you have the head and the right shoulder and the left shoulder, the measure and move on it is usually equal to this distance to this distance. So that would like indicate that we would go higher again than what we're already expected to go to this coming week of 1705 to 1710. If I had to guess on a date for that, I would probably say this Thursday, because this Thursday is the 9th, I believe. That's 7-9-2013, so that's 6 and 16 again is 22. So if I had to guess, that's kind of what I would expect on that to happen. Possibly Monday or Tuesday we could have a little chop sideways to make a wave 4. That's assuming that this is right here some type of wave 1. Then this chop sideways and down move right in this zone is a 2, and then obviously this nasty move up is a 3. So you might drop a little bit, chop a little sideways for a 4, then you have your final lunge up to this zone by Thursday if things work out the way we'd like to see them work out. Do understand though that the move down could very well again fool you and trick you every way that they can, and do very similar to what they did right here. As you've seen, they made an ugly triangle. You can look at this right here, and it was an ugly triangle, and you see it just like this, and they went down, got some bears in, and they took it down really fast, so you'd missed it. And then they went back up, and then they went down and put in a shorter or a higher low, I think, than that there. So that was a wave 5 that didn't extend like it should. It was a shortened wave 5 on this move here, if you want to call it that. But man, this looks like just one big huge wave 3, skipping everything else, then up for a wave 4, then a 5. I mean, it's like your first wave down was everything. It's like you missed it. But anyway, then they ran back up here to confuse you, really squeezed you hard. Then they ran back down, then back up. These triangles, man, they do not want the bears to make money. So they make these triangles all the time on the downside. On the upside, you'll see them go straight up with hardly no pullbacks. On the downside, they don't go straight down like you'd expect. They go down, up, down, up, down, up, and then they make these stupid triangles. It's very, very frustrating. The only time we're going to get an opportunity for it to go straight down, I believe, is in August, and I think it's going to be about a 3-week move, a very, very ugly 3-week move. So be prepared for that, and be prepared for a move that looks just similar to what you've seen in 2011. It could very well be exactly the same pattern. So be prepared for that. We can go back here and we can look at this. And if we look at this pattern, we see 1, 2, 3, basically 3 weeks is all it took. And when did it actually bottom? On 8/8, August the 8th. Here, this go around, we're actually looking for August the 8th to be a high. And surprisingly, that day was 8/8/2011. That was, let's see, that was an 11 day. So, you know, if you add those up with numerology again, you'll see how it worked out. And I'm sorry, my computer's running really slow, so hopefully this works out. 8 plus 8 plus 2, come on baby, plus 0 of course, and then plus 11. You do not add those numbers together, they stay what they are, and that equals, because it's a master number, 11 is a master number, and that equals 29. And of course 29 is an 11 because it's a master. I'm sorry, because 2 plus 9 is 11. So anyway, obviously this computer's just, I've got so much going on here. Let's see, what else did I want to show you? We can look at some other charts. I like to look every now and then. You know, I do still go over and look at Ron Walker's charts, the chart pattern guy. He's pretty good at this stuff, and he'll point out a lot of stuff that you may overlook. And obviously we see what's going on here with this move here. So I'm just personally thinking we might drift back a little bit, chop sideways a little bit Monday or Tuesday before we roll back up. Looking at this on this chart here, this one really took me by surprise. In the last video I did, I suggested that we would dip before we went higher here on this area down here. I thought that this would roll back down a little bit, dip a little bit, and then go up higher where it's at now. And it did not do that. It just went straight up. Just straight up. So as you can see here, just absolutely to the moon. But we're getting very close. I definitely think that this is getting close to the end. And let's see here. There was one chart I did want to go over. I don't know if it was the daily or weekly. Okay, there you go. This one kind of gives you an idea why I was actually looking for that target of 1705 to 1710. Actually, Ron draws it to the 1687 peak. I would have drawn it a little lower to the actual these closing prices in here, or these intraday closing prices. Drawn it over there, and when we put it a little bit lower, you would have put it in the 1705 to 1710 area. And that's why I picked that target. I think I've covered everything. Can't think of anything else. Monthly chart. Let's see. Spiral guy. July 22nd, a turn. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to have a turn there or not. We certainly, maybe on this one here on the 26th, that one could be a bottom. If we are to put a high in, let's say this week on July the let's see, what is it this week? See if I can't get this to pull up. Come on. Okay, July the 18th. That's Thursday. That's the 9 date. And I'm sorry, that equals 9. It equals it equals 11 when you add them all up. 18 plus, or 1 plus 8 plus 7 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 3, it equals 22. So So that's an 11 date. So it's possible the 18th. You know, they do also have this right here. That there is a could be a turn. So we'll see. That's it, gang. Thanks a lot.